Nina here, and very recently Josh put out a video explaining his songwriting process, so I thought that I would give you my lyric writing process today. But first, we're going to need a little inspiration. So, into the shaker full of ice we have a shot full of vodka that has been infused with cherries. We have a shot of regular Crystal Head vodka and a shot of Hendrick's Dry Gin, along with a couple dashes of these aromatic bitters here. And then we're gonna put them all in there and shake them up. Now, I invented the recipe for this cocktail 10 minutes ago when I looked at what I had and I decided to create something for this video. So that's what you're getting. Yummy. That our cocktail shaker is nice and frosty. We're just gonna pour on in. Now, let's give her a taste. Ooh. The color is definitely coming from the cherries that I infused. They actually came from my dad's cherry tree. We have a bazillion of them, so we infuse them into vodka and whiskey and all kinds of things, but I think the vodka is my favorite. Perfect. Now, let's get to writing. Now, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to open up a tab in Google Docs. I like using Google Docs because then I can share it with my bandmates. So we don't know what this song is about yet. Usually I get some music from Josh and that gives me inspiration on what the song is going to be about. But we're writing from scratch here, so we'll figure it out. Next thing I like to do is kind of map out the song. We're just going to use our standard verse, pre-chorus, chorus thingy here because that's how most songs go, and that's what I'm going to do for this example. Next thing we're going to do is figure out what the heck this song is about. I like to just type out my train of thought and see where it takes me. Sometimes it takes me to fun places far away. Sometimes it takes me to reality. And, sometimes it takes me to, well, we'll just figure it out. Ah, there we go. One of my favorite subjects. This is really easy for me to write about. Now I'm going to take you to one of my favorite websites, thesaurus.com. This is where I get a lot of my best ideas. You know, the word cannibal, it's kind of boring. So let's come up with some different words for the word cannibal. Something a little bit more inspirational. Something that will bring about the poetry of cannibalism. Now that we've got ourselves a good word and a good topic to start on, let's just start cranking out some ideas for lyrics. Now, these don't have to make sense at first. They can be as goofy as you want, but, I enjoy writing from the heart. So I just go for it. And then if it doesn't work right away, then we can just always fix it later. So let's give it a try. Now we've come across our first challenge. What is a good rhyme for these words? For that, I like to go to another one of my favorite websites, Rhyme Zone. This is where you can find rhymes for words that you might not know the rhyme to, so you can create fun rhymes and stuff like that. You don't really have to rhyme all your lyrics, but I'm one of those people that likes her lyrics to rhyme. I don't know why, I just enjoy the challenge. So rhymezone.com is where I like to be. Of course, you can also use RhymeZone and thesaurus.com to come up with different words that you want your lines to end in. That's always a good way to change up the feel of your song. For this one, I'm just going to continue coming up with ideas on different rhymes for this line I'm going for. And it seems like we're coming up with a pretty good recipe for a song here so far. I don't know, what do you think? Now, personally, for a pre-chorus, I like to keep things simple. Usually for a pre-chorus, you're going to hold out notes, and it's not going to be quite as difficult to come up with as the chorus, which you want a really, really good hook, or the verse, where you want to tell a good story. So this is going to be my pre-chorus, I think. But then, of course, I still like to rhyme my pre-choruses because I think it's more fun when things rhyme. So here we have some different words that rhyme with live. Of course, live is one of those words that has lots and lots of rhymes, so this is going to be a little bit easier to come up with a rhyme for. All right, so now we've got a pretty good pre-chorus, but here's where it gets really fun. We've got to write a hook. Now, I've saved that big fun word for the hook, and it doesn't have to have a word that rhymes with the big word. You can use the big word anywhere. I like using it at the very, very front because, I don't know, I like big words. I think they're fun. So let's write this hook. Now, I think since I'm talking about cannibalism, a lot of people liken cannibalism to something bad or icky. So I think I'm going to go a different direction and make it something fun. So what is fun about cannibalism? I don't know about y'all, but I like to eat. So maybe something about how yummy cannibalism is, like a feast. Let's come up with some words for that. Oh, there we go. Perfect. Barbecue. I love barbecue. I love to barbecue, and I love to go to a barbecue. I just love having barbecues in the summer, so that's what this song is going to be. Cannibalistic barbecue. Let's go with that. And there you have it. I've got a hook, I think. I think this is a pretty good start for a song here. Once I've got a verse, a pre-chorus, and a chorus, I continue with the same process. I usually keep the chorus, and sometimes I will change a few lyrics in the chorus for the second chorus or the third chorus, but for the most part I like to keep the chorus very, very similar so that when you sing along to it, you know most of the words already. And there you have it, Legion of Thunder. That is how I write my lyrics. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them in the comment section. Love to hear back from you all. Till next time.